the Doral Miami Airport FastSigns Company. Welcome and nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. And since I haven't seen you since the beginning of the year, Happy New Year to everybody. A happy and healthy New Year.
And we have your guard over here.
Yeah, it's my famous designer.
Tell everybody who it is.
Well, it's Manuel Guillon, which is a famous artist. He's not only an artist, but he's a cartoonist from the newspaper La Prensa. And he's so famous that Mr. Ortega kind of doesn't like him, because he does very good cartoons about his political opinions of what Ortega is. So
welcome, and it's nice to see you again. I see you're keeping them on the straight and narrow over here. And Tommy's back there producing the show and making sure that we do good things.
Y también saludos a mis amigos latinos. Un feliz año nuevo y muchos
saludos. Walter Prio, habla español right here in Miami.
Like, I always try to speak the language of the country I'm in.
Okay. That's terrific. So let's talk about signs. Everybody's got a sign, all right? And so often when people don't understand that is not just a form of advertising, it's you're inviting people into your home, all right? And including on residential homes, it could be an address sign, all right? Or it could be your mailbox with your stuff on there. But in business, it's pretty important.
Well, first of all, it's a key to your marketing. It's your expression of what you want to be to the public. So a sign is really important, and depending on who you want to be, how you want to be. That's why, why we're here today was discussing putting your sign outside. Is like, for example, if you want to be at night and you're open at night, absolutely you have to have a sign that's lit. But also too, a place is who wants to stand out even at night as people are driving by. It's a great way to show the public that, oh, look, there's that sign, and it kind of burns into your memory.
So FastSigns, I've seen they're different. It's a franchise, I assume.
Yes.
Why did you decide to get into the marketing business via signs?
Well, actually, it's the reverse. Okay, I was in the wine and spirits business for about 30 years. Okay, I was the Hispanic marketing director for Fedway in New Jersey. I was also the national brand manager for Marquez de Riscal.
See, we learn something new every day, folks.
And so I was always fascinated with running the promotions and doing the different things. And what happens is as time went on, distributors became bought up, independent distributors. And across the country, you have Southern Wines and Spirits, or you have Sunbelt, and they more or less started controlling how things were going. Not that they're controlling, but in other words, Bacardi or Johnny Walker or somebody would say, okay, we're going to run a promotion. So now they want to run the promotion exactly the same in all 27 states. And that was something that I always fought against, because I thought that you should have the promotion based on your community and how people react to it. When we used to run a promotion, we do it 2-3 different places and kind of get a feel of what people really want to do.
Even food stores, marketing, the Winn-Dixies, the Publix, the Sedanos, El Presidente, and the host of other ones, they market to the people that are going to be shopping in the stores. When we first started seeing Publix change their offerings, all right, based on the population, it was sort of like, why isn't anything here Anglo? Why are the Goya beans over there? After a while, because that's the market. And years ago out west in West Kendall, you'd see they changed the name of some of the signage to, it was in Spanish, I think, whatever it happened to be.
Fresco, like
yes.
winter.
And then
Fresco, yeah.
In Walgreens or CVS, it says, drugs and more.
Yeah.
In Spanish. And you go, and those are signs that attract us, to them. And when you look at the Publixes and the big box stores, say they're using the signage, all right, to match what they have in there. And people don't sometimes forget, when you walk in the stores, there's signs all over the place. And so explain to me how in a locally owned business, the signage they could have on the outside of the business, including banners, and the signage on the inside.
Well, it should be, it's almost like a fisherman. Okay, it's the bait. Outside you can do what they call these flags that you can get, banner flags that can be large or small. Again, all these things, you have to remember, you have to do it according to what is legal in your area. You're not allowed to leave a whole bunch of flags out in front of your store overnight, the permit people come over there and get you. You know, it's not. It would get messy. It's ugly. You know.
So with the and we don't like to mention the virus that's out there, but with that virus that's there, it's caused some of the big stores to put up signage, whether it's on the floor or on the wall or in the shape of a retractable banner. Walk this way or 6 feet or whatever.
You know, nothing I like better than I walk into a store that's going to ask me to spend like $100, $200 on an item, and they have a little blue tape on the floor. I mean, come on. I mean, you know, why not put something professional down on the floor? I mean, it's just as, you know, it's also for safety reasons, because the blue line on the floor is nobody's even paying attention to it, you know?
So let's talk about the big signage where people post for temporary sales. The sign that have the grommets in it, maybe have some rope on it. You do those. You make those.
Yeah.
And do you make things like this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm sorry we didn't do that before with you, but it'd been up. This type of thing, it's so important because you can create the environment that you want.
You know, but you know, you're talking about stores and shops and all this, but the truth is, we're as much of a service for people who have homes.
Yes.
Because you have a baby, you just had a baby, okay, and you want to decorate the room. You know, you have the little princess, you have the unicorn, the rainbow unicorn. You have all these things that you can put in a child's room that makes your house special. You know, now, used to be years ago wallpaper, but today basically we print personalized custom wallpaper that could go up in the houses, and especially living in apartments. I mean, look at all the apartments that are here now.
Yes.
You know, it's a thing.
You know, funny you brought up home, because anyway, my wife's been home for a year. And so she decided she wanted to put up a fence from the side of the house up to the property lines. Big, beautiful white fence. It makes the house look larger. And what she did is she got these big, beautiful signs with our address, a letter about this big. So if somebody pulls up to the driveway, as soon as they look right ahead, there's the address. There's like no mistaken. In the old days, maybe we would have put it above the door. And here it is, that beautiful sign. And there it is, big letters like that, has the address, the address of the house on there. So it's easy to see, very attractive, and people like it. And when I see it, it's this customization that really makes it work.
And that's the point. You know, you were saying, like, we're always marketing ourselves also. You walk into somebody's home, it's like you know, your image is how you're marketing, how your lifestyle is marketing. So, for example, we do a lot of people that come in, and we've had like making personal photographs that they take. We can put them on canvases. We can reverse print them on back of acrylic, and then take a secondary substrate and print the same picture but cut it out. Put the two of them together and give it like a 3D effect. And, you know, people come into their house, and, you know, it isn't the same family portrait. It's like a 3D acrylic modern art portrait, you know, and it adds a little something special to the house.
Funny you should say that, because we have a guest who happened to be a religious leader, and it was his birthday yesterday. So my wife took a picture of him sitting here, all right, put it and had it put on top of a cake, all right, and they make it edible.
Yes.
What a difference that is. You took something that was important to him and important for us. It was a thank you, all right? And there he was in all his glory, and it was like, that is so super. So let's talk about signage that people might need. Real estate signs. You make real estate signs,
absolutely.
Right? And you also make the political signs, I assume?
Yes, but right? I'll tell you, you know, talking about those kind of cardboard signs, right? Due to COVID, okay, I have a church that's up by like Pembroke Pines. I don't know where it exactly, okay? But normally the community would dress up in you know, for the manger, the nativity scene, and then one would dress like shepherds and Joseph and Mary and the three kings, and everybody would dress up, and then they would stand in front of this living and make a living nativity sign while people would drive by. But with COVID, they didn't know what to do. So what we ended up doing is they took pictures of each person in their costume, and we cut them out. We made 6 feet cardboard, and they stood, you know, and they placed them out there, and it was a whole scene. Everybody in this Coroplast cardboard printed out there, and it looked real.
That is wonderful to see how you can take something that we would have never thought of, right, for the average guy, and say, here's a great alternative, you know, to that. So So Walter, if somebody calls you up on an afternoon and said, here's what I think I want," you can help them walk through to accomplish what they're looking for. So from a temporary sign, if you will, to something much more permanent.
Yeah, well, the whole idea, how this goes is that we specialize in custom. So if you're looking for something custom, you come to us, and the extra services that I have a real designer or artist, a real
I heard you say a real one as compared to.
Well, I'm talking about guys that are just going to go and go into take a picture of a smiley face and put it next to you.
Yep.
And, I'm talking about someone who's a professional artist. And that's the big difference even with my equipment, because we don't just cut it. He looks at it and cuts it artistically. It's the machines do different things. So that's the whole point. And, a lot of times people go to ad agencies, and they go to the ad agency. "Listen, we want to run this program. We want to do this. And what do you think?" Don't worry. We're going to take care. We're going to come back to you. And they come to us, and we say to them, "Okay, look, we can do this, this, and this, and that." And they go to us, "How much is it?" And I go, "Okay, it's this and that." And then they go over to the guy, says, "Okay, this is double here, and we're going to get you the thing and get it done."
So Walter, so FastSigns is a franchise. You decided on that one in particular near the airport, if you will. It's in Doral on 41st.
No, originally we started over it was a gentleman that had the store for 17 years, Bert Popularis.
That's for you.
Rest his soul. And he had the store, and he wanted to retire. My brother-in-law comes to me. I wanted to come and live in Florida, because I was living in Long Beach, New York, and I loved the summer. And it was just from,
we
from
got
June,
we got him down here. All right.
June. Then comes September, and it got gray and cold. And I go, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" So I actually came down here on business, and I was in the Eden Rock, okay. And the bartender, I always remember her name is Kitty, okay? So Kitty goes to me, "Can I make you a drink?" I go, "Sure," because she knows drinking Grey Goose, and so she makes me a Grey Goose with Florida orange juice, okay? And I'm sitting outside looking out, and coincidentally, it was a full moon. I felt like Jackie Gleason, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking. A full moon over Miami. Almost, I tell you, with a full moon over Miami. And I said to myself, "I'm in short sleeves. I'm in shorts. This is heaven. I got to move here." And that's how it all started.
Yeah, we sucker all come down here. All come down here and spend your money.
Do you know what fascinates me more than anything? The news ladies on these television stations are always going, "Oh, it's so hot here. Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot." And I'm going, what kind of, what do you, this is Florida. This is your tourism business. If you want it cold in Alaska, you're going to put everybody out of business. Go to New York if you want to be cold.
So you got into the business, all right? Now, you're on 41st Street?
I'm on 36th Street. 36th Street.
In Doral,
yeah.
Right? And how many square feet do you have?
About 5,000-6,000.
And I've been to a couple of the stores, the franchise, they're typically much smaller.
Yeah, well, you see, a franchise is basically, we're all captain of our own ships. So if somebody wants to have a destroyer, other of us want to have an aircraft carrier, it's up to us. So I believe in equipment. I believe in that equipment. It gives us our independence to make whatever we want, not to be under anybody's control. A lot of times you go to these stores, they're going to tell you, "Oh, okay, you have to make 100, you got to make 50, you got to make 25, because the people they go to demand them to do that.
So there are many times I'll see, I know these guys on the weekends, they go put out some signs, the little metal stands and the little plastic signs like this. You make those.
Yeah.
And it could be, houses wanted or garage sales if it's a big one, you make those. And typically, if it's a simple sign, all right, just a, sign for whatever it is, church is having a sale. Historically, how long does that take for you to do
Next
that?
day.
Okay.
You know what's the longest part takes for us? Is to get the artwork approved by the customer. Yeah. I mean, that's what we do, because we tell them, "Look, I can do it, next day, but you have to tell me, you have to prove, yes, this is what we want." And then they go back and forth, and finally they give it to us, and so we can produce it.
So we create content, whether they're stories or ads, and so we're accustomed to, many scores a week of those. And you're 100% right. All right. So we send it, please look at it, make sure it's okay. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 times. And then finally what we do, we go, it's Friday afternoon, it's 4 o'clock. So we can run your ad and we can change it for next time or not run it. What would you like us to do? And to make sure they made a decision, because we know most people glance at it, they don't look at it.
Exactly.
So how do you make sure, you know, for their sake and for yours, that they've approved the ad, the content?
You know, to be honest with you, it's very hard, because what is in somebody's mind, what they want, and what we try to do is make sure the thing's spelt right. Okay. And that's about all I really can do, because I have no idea what's in their mind. I had one customer who we had 40 times changed the style of this metal thing that we were engraving. Okay. And it was for ashes for an urn. Okay. And the woman was going to fly to Colombia. Right. And she gets there and she calls me up, upset, crying and everything, because the name was spelled wrong. How was I supposed to know how to spell her aunt's name?
Yep.
It's her family name. That was the name they gave me.
Oh, here we go. The most important person in the building, Denise, with some espresso. So several years ago, when my son was graduating from where to go, WashU with his MBA, we said, let's go up there and make a movie, right? So we put that whole weekend together, and then we put together his, from the day he was born to graduation, thank you, Denise, to his graduation from WashU. The joke around here, we were putting it all together. So you know it's a lot of work. The joke around was here, just one more change, just one more change. That went on for like 4 months. And so we get that. I might add, by the way, after all the energy that was put, very emotional, thank you, put it together. I invite him to the house. Come on, I want to show you something. He wouldn't even look at it. I said, one day you're going to appreciate it. So we understand how important that is. And lots of times as we're moving along with creating content for people, it formulates a little bit better for them, because you're really the creative ones to take this idea and to get it down to something that is going to be much more permanent.
To tell you the truth, that's the best part of this business, is the creativity. Because when you're given a project and then you see it come to fruition, it's almost like that famous movie that like nothing's better than when a plan comes together. It's the beauty of it, watching a sign go up, or interior thing, or we did a whole interior fresh foods in FIU that was giving us the project, and it was the last piece we did was the panther on an acrylic carved out and lasered, and it's in the back where they put the plates. And I really feel it's a piece of art. It was a great thing.
And when you do things like this, you get a real appreciation for creative people, whether they're photographers, whether they're writers, whether you're musicians, and you see that because it hits a different part of the brain, all right? Or a musician, a pianist, and you watch that and you get it, all right? And so often we get that feeling in here that we're able to get people to talk about what's really going on and be able to share that. And for all the artists out there, my hat's off to them for making a commitment to do that. So here you are, you're almost 5,000 square feet out there in Doral, creating signs for people. They can be marketing signs, they can be absolute signs, they can be banners, retractable banners, they can be things like this.
Yeah, we're also getting into displays too for liquor items and different things, and we're doing a lot of displays and POS for it.
All right. So 2.5 feet wide, 5, 6, 7 feet tall. It has a little thing in the back. They can get that from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have different. In fact, we one of our customers is someone that certifies banks, and they ship them all around the country. We do work for them.
By the way, my suggestion: anybody that wants it, get the ones that are really good, really sturdy, because you don't think you need it to be sturdy, but one day you're going to take it out on site and you're going to go, oh, the thing broke.
Well, better than that, though, I think now with COVID, how many times you do a Zoom meeting, okay? And I'm in the Knights of Columbus, and you're looking at a guy's bathroom while he's standing in the back of the day. Buy yourselves a banner stand. Yeah. You lift it up in back of you make it a family picture, make it whatever you want. But this way, you pick it up and you don't have everybody looking at your underwear laying on the floor.
So, and I'm glad you brought that up. I won't tell you about all the pictures we've seen. All right. So including on the pole that goes up, they have the retractable ones. So somebody, you can put up 4 feet if you want, or you can put up 5 or 3 feet. All right, but you'll help them decide where the images that they want.
Yeah, they could more or less do it. We can show them, you can stretch it and do it, and it should, I think it's really great because look, honestly, this is not going to be going away in a short time, so, but eventually it's becoming part of our custom because we're all getting lazy. The meetings that we have now on Zoom, like in the nights ago, I doubt, we have a much bigger attendance by having people do the Zoom than they do when we used to have the go in person. So I think in the future, and it's a nice thing to have, for the family,
So so one of the things we've recognized during this is there'll be certain customs that we're going to follow through, and it'll be additional options. So as far as options for somebody in the marketing business, you have the signs, the retractable signs. You have signs on here that you can take and you can hang it. Do you also do the kind that go on the wall itself?
Yes, and
what do you call that?
Well, it's just a sign on the wall. But wait, we just did for the Doral Police Department, who are one of my favorite people. I love them because they're so nice, But what they did was we did a badge. It's called. It's like now, live, like giving them live information in the room and so we made a badge, and it was mostly designed by Manuel. Manuel was the one that had a lot to do with the design of it, and we put blue lights in back of it, so it glowed. It was beautiful. It was really great.
So you've done work for FIU and for Doral, all right?
Yeah,
so
City of Doral, Coral Gables. I've done work for Coral Gables. Those parking signs, we've done stuff for them.
The parking signs say what? You're going to get a $38 ticket if you don't pay?
Yeah. What is it? You got. I can never work that. I don't understand it. I wish they'd put back the meters. I just throw my quarters in. I'd be happy.
So the other day I go to South Miami. Now they make you put your tag in. All right. So I put the tag in. Put the money in. I go in. I come out. There's a ticket. I go, what is this? I just put it in. I find the guy, and I said, listen, I just put it in. He says, let me check. He says, you didn't put in. We don't have your tag in it. Then I realized I didn't put in the right license tag number. So all weekend I'm like pissed off. $38. And finally Monday morning I call. I go, listen, I got my credit card. Okay, we're going to take it off. All right, but make sure that you put in your right license number or the right parking meter number or on the ground, because if you don't, you're going to get a ticket and you're going to spend a bunch of time, trying to take care of it. So I like the credit card thing right there on the site.
You just do it. We were doing a job in Miami Beach. Okay. So we're coming back and there's that famous Jewish delicatessen there. It's right by.
What's the name of it, Memo?
Oh, it's
where's that famous restaurant that they used to have the birds in the bathroom?
You with us, Tommy?
Looking it up right now.
Because I wanted to show him what a good pastrami sandwich is. Okay, so we stop, and now I can't remember my password for PayPal or whatever the hell that thing is, right? So it took us like 40 minutes to eat a 20-minute sandwich. By the time I figured out how to do it and everything, we finally got in there. But he's learned now 2 things I've got him to eat. Okay, wait, but what's your favorite drink? What's your favorite drink? Is Dr. Brown's cream soda.
That's the way to do it in a pastrami sandwich with mustard and some sauerkraut and some pickles. And hey, I'm getting hungry, man. All right. So he's more than your bodyguard. All right. We got it. We got that part figured out.
Well, no, when we do artwork, we always
Grant Miller, Walter Prio.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's into Well.
Doral Miami Airport fast signs. Okay.
Yeah.
So people you do political signs, you do yard signs, all right, from 1 to 1,000, all right. You do banner ads, retractable banners. You do things like this.
Yeah.
If somebody wants it like a signage like this,
we're actually
can you help it?
Absolutely, we're doing right now. We're going to do a restaurant. We work a lot with restaurants too. When restaurants are coming up and opening and we'll go in now. We're working on with one restaurant in City Place where we're going to put, it's a Mexican restaurant, and we're going to put a canvas right directly on the wall printed of some items that they want, some artwork that they want to put on the wall to give it that Santa Fe flavor.
All right. We got a couple minutes left here. A couple people have said hello. Carmen Naranjo, Juan, Leonard, Jay, Roque. All right. Oh, Roque, hey, how are you? Okay. Levi Meyer says hello. So lots of people need signs. Sometimes they just don't realize it. If somebody wants a sign on a door, you can do that.
Yes.
They want a sign on a front glass front on the thing. You can
Look,
do
Michael, we can make anything, anywhere, anytime. That's our specialty. But most importantly, Michael, is because if they're a client, if they're watch your show.
Here we go, folks.
Okay, if you watch Michael's show,
somebody please buy from Walter.
And you can tell us, if you tell us you watch the show, you'll get automatically 15% off of your item.
There you
go. Right off the top.
All right.
Okay.
And Walter and crew and team is going to put together some signage for us. We're going to, hopefully in the next week or two or three, we're going to take a look at it. And
well, what we're going to do is walk through the process. We got to do the artwork. We got to fill out the permit. You got to fill out a form. You own the building, so you're going to sign it off on your own.
So people that want signs, all they need to do is call you up, and you're going to walk them through it. All right, because that's what we want. We want something simple and somebody else to direct it.
If you want to do displays in your store, if you're looking for different items, you're looking to promote something in the store, or stickers or anything like that, we're the place to go.
Walter, we're going to wrap it up here. So you got 30 seconds to tell some young entrepreneur about being in business for himself. So talk to the camera right there.
Okay, the number one thing is you better like it 100%. Because you got to put 1,000% into your business. And I enjoy it. I love it. If you don't like it, do not do it.
Terrific. Again, our guest today is Walter Prio from the Doral Miami Airport FastSigns, and the man really behind the scenes right over there. Say hi to everybody. And folks, thank you for joining us. Tommy and Grant, thank you very much, folks. Have a great day. And again, this is Live with Miami.